115, 113. Unanimous decision.
Devil.
Bivol won this motherfucking fight, man. Fuck Canelo. Hey! Hell yeah, cuz. What a Cinco de Mayo, man. What a Cinco de Mayo, dogs. I can't lie.
He should have fought this dude.
What a Cinco de Mayo, man. Hey, man, Canelo picked he thought this dude would be a sweet Vic.
I knew that was a lie.
Oh, hell nah, cuz. He thought this dude would be a sweet Vic. Go fight another European.
Man, this dude, man, nobody better not fight this dude, bro. A lot of people better stay away from this kid.
Hell yeah, man. Them fellas get he was piecing him up, man. He was piecing his ass up.
Everybody, I think he out of 168 and 175, he might be the best fighter there.
And you've been high on this kid, man. You was talking about him from a long time.
Yeah, I thought Andre Ward wanted to go fight him before he retired.
Yeah, Andre Ward, a lot of people say he got out the game. So he don't fight this guy. And Better Beef, he had many mandatories. So Better Beef, Bivol, and Adonis Stevenson for undisputed.
This dude will not bust Beef out.
He better not what?
This dude will not bust Beef out.
Yeah, he'll take Better Beef to school. He will. Better Beef still ain't got no losses.
Yeah, but he ain't really fighting nobody. He started to get hurt against people he should be destroyed.
He fighting Joe Smith Jr. in a unification this month. Not this month, sorry, this summer. Bivol'S the man, dogs. He beat Canelo, man. But hey, why we not surprised? You know, styles make fights. And Canelo got them heavy feet. He got them feet.
I told y'all this guy. People looking at me like I was crazy. I said, this might be Canelo's best fight out of everybody.
Nah, I wasn't mad at this fight, dogs. I wasn't mad at this fight one bit. I never complained about it. I was happy wasn't no rehydration clause and wasn't no motherfucking what you call it, catch weight. Yo, Canelo fought this dude fair and square. Yo, I'm definitely assuming.
Like he came up and weighed, he ain't had no power.
I'm assuming there was definitely drug testing. You know what I mean? Yo.
The punches were hurting. He didn't want to get hit. That's why he wasn't putting pressure on him. Like they went to the ropes and tried to get him because we was following him. We were walking inside. That boy hit him and that shit was hurting. That's why his face was turning red.
Hell yeah, cuz his face was red from like round 5, getting bruised up on the left side. He was getting pieced up by straight punches.
I told you. And Andrade will beat him too.
Yeah, man. Andrade will beat him. Bivol beat him. Bivol just beat this motherfucker's ass.
I don't think Charlo will beat him.
Nah, he ain't beating him. Not Charlo. No, sir. Charlo don't got the balls. He don't got the cojones. You see even how Mike Tyson and them was forcing him.
Them boys kind of pissed me off. They ain't fighting the people they should fight.
Yeah.
Man told me he had to take a coronavirus test before he fight. What the fuck?
Bivol'S the man. We got Mike 104 in the chat. What up? What up? He says, what up to B Martian Chris? What's up with you? He says Bivol hit him with every punch in the book. Every punch in the book, except he ain't really lunge in with the hooks. He kept it very straight on some Lennox Lewis type shit. On some Vladimir Klitschko shit. Kept it very straight, kept his distance, didn't stay in front of Canelo even when he pieced him up with the 2-piece in the beginning rounds. Later on in the fight when he was piecing him up with the combinations, you know, the 1-2-1 or the 1-2, he was following through and walking Canelo down to the point where Canelo back was on the ropes. You know what I mean? But early in the fight, when he was piecing him up, he'd sidestep. He'd take a step back. He'd keep that distance. And it was just beautiful, man. Dogs, I'm trying to tell y'all, man, fuck what these judges talking about 115, 113. I had this fight like 10 rounds to 2. You know what I'm saying? I had this fight wide.
I give him 3 if you want to be. I gave him about. Be honest, I gave him. Shit, I guess it's hard to give him 3.
Nah, man, he ain't even.
So
I gave him 2 as a sympathy.
I know he in there, but he got 2. I know I give him 2.
Hey, you might need to speak up a little bit in your phone. You sound a little muffled.
Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Man, much better.
Yeah.
Canoli, you know, when they talk about pound for pound, this guy Canoli's skill set has never registered to me to be pound for pound best in the world. When there's certain fighters you're avoiding because of your limitations. Yeah, I mean, it's just the truth.
And I told y'all that before. He don't like. He can't look the movement. He don't fight fighters with good movement like that. That's why I told y'all. That's why when this fight was announced, what I tell you.
Yeah, man, we was talking about this fight, and you was like, dogs, this man Canoli, it's gonna be a tough fight for him. Difficult fight. Very anticlimactic as far as the build-up for Cinco de Mayo. Not a lot of people were interested in boxing this weekend, but goddamn, Bivol'S shocked the world. Yo, this man who was fighting obscure opponents, dogs. The man Bivol'S last fight, a world champion. Them fellas was like the 3rd or the 4th guy below the main event. You know what I mean? I can't remember who the main event was. It might have been women's. It might have even been a non-title fight. I definitely believe it was either women's or non-title fight. And Bivol'S, there was 3 fights ahead of him before the motherfucking main event. And look at him here. This man beat Canoli, dogs. You know what I'm saying? The man beat Canoli easily. Huh?
Maybe they put some respect on his name now.
Dogs, man. Them fellas was fighting the Craig Richards. You know, fighting a lot of obscure opponents. You know, Joe Smith Jr., he fought him. He whooped his ass. He got rocked in 1 round. Well, only 1 round Joe Smith Jr. won.
Yeah.
Canoli, take your ass back to 168 and fight Andrade and the other guy.
No, I know what he gonna do. He's gonna fight Benavidez next.
He gonna fight him next?
Yeah, because Benavidez can't move. You think he gonna pick Andrade if he lost to this cat?
Nah, he not. But who else is there for him to fight at 168 besides Ben?
Somebody that's not gonna move around the ring, can't box like them guys like that. He's gonna avoid that style for a little while.
Man, Bivol'S the man, dude. I'm impressed, man. I'm impressed.
I can't believe
I'm impressed. Not at the skill set. What's that?
A lot of people got him dragging. A lot of people said Canelo was gonna drag him.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that. I'm like, nah.
I'm impressed not so much at his skill set, but at the level of opposition he been fighting. Nobody's. Because people been avoiding him, not by choice. Not by choice. He's been heavily avoided. And this is exactly why. You said what?
And you know, you've been calling out guys' division. You got to remember when Triple G signed that contract, one of his opponents was supposed to be
Bivol'S. Move up to one, yeah. A catchweight. But you now know that's going to be Canoli's next opponent. Canoli, you better walk your ass back to the locker room with no belts, with your head low.
He's still the champion at 168.
Yeah, he is. He fought Umar Salimov in his last fight.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is that?
Yeah, but ain't many top light heavyweights but Bivol'S right now.
Better be.
Yeah, better be. Yeah.
And he's in a unification.
He look like the DMX cover his last fight.
Them fellas, Bivol whooped this man Canoli's ass. He got Canoli looking like a drunk Irish man leaving the pub after having a little scuffle that night. Face all bruised up. He took a ass whooping, y'all. He took a ass whooping. And this is Judgment Day for Canoli. Cinco de Mayo. You know, he's been a habitual Cinco de Mayo and Mexican Independence Day skipper. Been missing those
Hey, I'm
dates.
gonna start putting money on fights, bro.
Man, I used to put money all the time on fights, man. I need to get back on it.
I've been doing good. I've been doing good lately. I should have put money on this one.
I need to get back on it, man. Um,
Yeah.
you know, I need to get back on it, man. I always say that after every fight, after every weekend.
I'll be doing this before I pick my fight. I try to fight and watch the. I try to watch shit. That's why I picked him because I knew he can't box. He can't really box that good.
Yeah.
He can't really box. Now he gets no boxing. He's gonna fight somebody like Triple G or Benavidez next.
Definitely, I'm Triple G because he found a 2-fight contract with this the zone.
Unless Triple G probably gets some balls and fight Bivol because he was originally supposed to fight him too.
Triple
Let's
G
see
ain't
if
gonna
I can do
fight him
something
after
Canelo can't
this.
do.
That's what he's not gonna do. Not after this.
You right.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked like shit his last fight too.
Mike 104 in the chat said, I thought y'all said he would knock Butterbean. Hold on. Damn, the mess. Okay, I thought y'all said he would knock Butterbean out. LOL. Y'all said better beef. I'm tripping. Butterbean. Nah, it's better beef. B-ball stunned on him. He hit him with the 1-2, 1-2, 2, 1-2, 2. Man, he pieced him up, man. He had Canelo, man. It was a thing of beauty, man.
If they fight too.
Huh?
He gonna piece Pretoria up if they fight too.
Yeah, man. That's 2 weekends in a row. Bad weekends for the man Eddie Reynoso, man. You know.
What's the next big fight?
I'm not sure. I could have to look it up. I could look it up right quick. Possibly Castano and Charlo.
No, they fight June.
Oh, that's in June.
Yeah.
I know Tank Davis fights at the end of this month, but that, huh?
When does Devin Haney fight?
In June as well.
Okay.
Yeah, man. This was just a bad night for Canoli, man. You know, he believed his hype, you know. He believed his own hype, I believe. And also this...
You know what I thought, though? I thought if he beat this guy, maybe if he beat this guy, maybe he'll fight Andrade next. But he couldn't beat this guy.
Nah. Jamel Charlo, matter of fact, is next weekend, dogs. Jamel Charlo Castano is May 14th.
Oh, May 14th. Okay.
Sergey Kovalev fights next weekend, too.
I got Castano.
Me too.
Yeah.
Canoli lost, man. God is good, man. You know, Canoli is a kind of guy who really blows me in boxing. You know what I mean? He don't fight the guys I'd like him to fight. He tests positive for steroids. And he basically told the world of boxing, I don't care. That's what he basically said about it, you know? And
Yeah, but I give him props for fighting this dude because I didn't think he was gonna fight him.
Nah, he's a dummy. He believed his own hype. I don't think he would have fought this dude if he thought he gonna lose like this, man. He lost wide on my card.
That's why I was happy for him. Cause I knew this shit was gonna happen.
I'm gonna go round for round how I seen this fight, man. You know, round one.
He only won 2 rounds, man. If you give him 3 rounds, you just being nice.
Nah, I gave him 2 rounds, and the 1 round I was being nice. Bivol'S distance and the jab.
Just try to fanboy him in conversation, give him 4 or 5 rounds, you block him.
Man, that was just
after the damn 7th round, like he lost the fight.
Yeah, man, he needed a knockout.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, this dude.
You
And
know,
the damn 2 rounds of the game, that was kind of a swing round.
you saw Canoli lunging in the first couple rounds for the hooks. You know he has no jab.
Yeah,
This is like in basketball, a guy who is can get to the free throw line and is canning them free throws. You know what I mean? Which is fundamental.
yeah,
As a, and the man Canoli, big as he is, ain't getting to the free throw line. And if when and even seldom as he does, he missing them. That's how the jab is equated in that kind of perspective. Cause this man was set the tone with the jab from the beginning. And if you know anything about Canoli, them fellas don't have a jab. He's a power
yeah.
puncher. He believes in his power, and he can't hurt this big Russian. And Bivol is actually a small light heavyweight. You know what I mean? But the man Canoli couldn't hurt this guy. He couldn't hurt him. He ain't believe he could. I think psychologically, how this man was keeping the distance, where Canoli really had to even get up close and personal. And in the later rounds, in the championship rounds, Bivol stood toe to toe with the man in the pocket. Canoli, for a shorter guy, he came in with the kind of Anthony Joshua game plan. He tried to outbox the boxer. Sure enough, he did. Tried to counterpunch, but there wasn't no counterpunch there for him. You know what I mean? He wasn't effective with it. And Canoli definitely is a counterpuncher by nature. And it was ineffective for him tonight. You know what I mean? You know? The only thing percolating for the man Canoli was he had a couple uppercuts, you know what I mean? He throws his right hooks. He tried to throw the overhand rights and the straight right hands, but the man Bivol's straight right hand was more crispy. You know what I mean? The man
Yeah,
Bivol, man, he did it big for boxing this year, man. He did it big. And styles make fights, and I'm not shocked that Canoli lost. You know what I mean? This is a guy whose skill set I rate. I was just mad he wasn't getting the fights, even who was over there? There was somebody over there at one point. Oh yeah, remember when Better Beef was on the zone? Remember that? His first fight,
yeah,
oh, I think the zone's very, very first broadcast. Better Beef was on it. He fought that British dude, Callum Johnson. And Better Beef even got dropped. Yeah, that was the first card. Uh, Thomas Delorme versus Jesse Vargas, a controversial decision. And Better Beef was on that card. And yeah. Hello?
yeah. I'm here. I'm here. There's little damn chest pains right now. I got COVID, y'all.
Oh man, sorry to hear that, dogs. Y'all wish the man Chris Caban, we eat, live, sleep boxing. Wish him well wishes, man. My man dealing with the with the epidemic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had to come out, though. This was a great night.
Yeah, man. At least we got a good Cinco de Mayo for boxing. We got PNC in the chat. PNC, what's up, man? He said that 115, 113 scorecard was trash. Facto, my G. Facto. That shit was
Yeah, ain't no
trash,
way.
man.
Hell,
I
it
even.
was 115. They tried to make Canelo. Canelo only won 2 rounds.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, B. Marsh, them 2 rounds were swing rounds because Bivol was doing work in both of the rounds he won.
You said what?
I said the 2 rounds Canelo won, that was swing rounds because
Yeah.
Bivol was doing good with catching him in them rounds too, the rounds I gave him.
Mm-hmm. And that was round 2, one of them for me.
Yeah, because you can easily say he got whitewashed.
No question. The man Bivol was on some catch and shoot type shit too. You saw that?
Yeah, I told you defense underrated. He was
Yeah.
blocking all Canelo punches.
Them fellas was on the ropes. He parried the man's punch and across. He threw a right cross. Boom. Backed the man Canoli up. I was like, oh my gosh, man. That shit was a thing of beauty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm reading people comment section. See, I don't like this. People looking stupid now talking about Canelo lost to a bum. This cat ain't no bum.
Bum, he's undefeated, 20-0.
Man, y'all cats need to stop. Why? That's why people need to follow boxing better.
We got Mike 104 in the chat. He said, Chris, I sometimes rewatch the 80s cocaine era video with beats. I enjoyed all y'all critical looks and B Marsh ATG vids. Yeah, man, big up the man Mike 104, man. You know, we put it in. We put in some work, man, doing some good classic hangouts. Those were some good times, man, on Sundays. You know, we get up on the hangouts after a day like this. And hey man, Canoli, man, he let the Mexican fan base down in Las Vegas. Got his ass
Somebody got
handed
win,
to him.
somebody didn't lose.
Huh?
Somebody got win. I don't feel sorry for him. Somebody got win, somebody got lose.
No, I definitely don't feel sorry for him because I never
Yeah.
believed in him. I never have. You know, he has to show me. And I know his I
I
know.
knew he was going to have trouble because he's not no knockout puncher. Ain't no proven knockout
No, he's
puncher at
not a
this weight.
knock. No, he knocked out a washed up Kovalev who was winning the fight on my card by the time he got stopped. That's what
You know,
happened.
the people that was watching the fight, the people that said that, they said the time of stoppage, they had Canelo on the scorecard, the people that's calling the fight.
Yeah, they full of shit.
They had Kovalev.
Oh yeah, they had Kovalev. Yeah, no question. Yep.
The people that saw the zone broadcast that was ringside, they said they had Kovalev winning. So I knew he wasn't gonna knock this cat out. He ain't got no power at 175.
Yeah, and even Caleb Plant was doing well outboxing Canoli. It's the man gassed out and got caught.
Yeah.
Canoli was gassed out too. You saw that? You saw he was going to the corner and he was standing there with his hands on the ropes, breathing hard as shit.
Yeah, there's some fights you ain't gonna be able to beat.
The man Bivol even took a round off. I'll tell you what round it was. Um, round 9. So I gave Canoli round 2 and 9, and that's it. That's it. Round 11, Canoli came out aggressive after he was he was getting punished. You know what I mean? His body language in round 10 was looking like, like he's tired. You know what I mean? He was clearly looking like he's gassed. He came out round 11 all aggressive and shit. He jumped off the motherfucking the stool. He came in there, man. The man Bivol, man, didn't even panic, man. He just started out boxing him, and then Canoli stopped with all that aggressive shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, round 7, that's when Canoli face was looking red and bruised up. You know what I mean? I like Bivol's ring generalship, man. You know, how the man wouldn't stay on the ropes. That's why Canoli lost a lot of rounds. He tried to do he tried to pull what he did against Triple G in the first fight. You know, try to stay on the ropes. The man Bivol is a guy who don't even really show much emotion. There was a point in time, and I forgot what round, Canoli was on the ropes after he got pieced up. Then he's lowering, telling the man Bivol to come in. Bivol told him, nah, you come to me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know what Canoli trying to do. He trying to pull a Liam Smith. You know? Bait a guy under the ropes while he's unloading on his punches and then counterpunch him. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. We got Siege Jomac in the chat. He says, congrats, Bivol. Mike 104, Charlo Castano's next. PNC King, what's up, man? Mike 104 Tank versus Romero, May 26.
What's next for Bivol?
Huh?
What's next for Bivol?
Bivol should be awaiting the winner of Joe Smith Jr. and Better Beef. That's 3 straps. So his next fight, he should be in an undisputed fight.
Yeah, that's what's up.
You know, if the boxing gods go our way and everything goes as according to plan and nobody's gonna be ducking in politics, then that's what should be next. Bivol fights the winner of Joe Smith Jr. and Better Beef for all the straps at 175.
Yeah, but what see Joe Smith again.
Oh, nah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I don't want to see that again. But I believe, hey, you never know, man. You know, Joe Smith Jr., man, he the only American Caucasian champ. Yo,
Yeah, he can punch though, but
I
he can
thought
punch though.
I thought he lost his fight to that Russian guy, Maxim. I did, and I was rooting for
Oh,
Joe Smith.
yeah, Joe
Maxime
Smith.
Vlasov.
Oh yeah, I remember that
That was a
fight.
good ass fight. I thought
Yeah.
Joe Smith lost. Let me read the chat, man. We got B Mar Mike 104 says, B Marsh, can you relay my chat to Chris? I think I did. Neutral Natural said, I said on the live stream that Bivol win majority decision in a prediction. Well, you were close. It was a unanimous. Neutral Natural says, Bivol rarely lost rounds. Absolutely, man. I gave Canoli a sympathy rounds.
Yeah. He
Neutral
could
Natural
really.
says he schooled everyone. Bivol don't gas out in fights. Absolutely not. He didn't gas out at all. Canoli's the one with a bad gas tank. That's why he takes clenbuterol. Be more than
He could have
BK.
really.
Huh?
Excuse me, not to cut you off, but he could have really won every round because he outpunched him in every round.
Yeah, by far. Um, Be more than BK says, what's good, B? What's happening? Be more than BK. I saw Canelo. Not Hugger said Canelo got robbed 8-4.
Yeah, he don't need to watch boxing. That is it.
That's
Hey,
the.
before what the shot was you looking at?
Hey, you sound a little muffled, my G.
I said 8 to 4. What was he looking at?
Yeah. He said, I saw Canelo Nuthunger say Canelo got robbed 8-4. He in a wheelchair and now he's blind. What the F? Oh my gosh, man, man. Boxing fans. You know, I love boxing and I watch boxing and basketball. Those are two sports I just love, right? You know, I watch football too every Sunday, but that's just what we do on Sunday. You have the TV on. You think I'm watching every single down? No. I'm saying. But one thing about boxing fans are the dumbest fans to argue with and debate about in boxing. You know what I mean? They'll say the
You know
dumbest
why?
shit. Like when
You
BMO the
know why?
BK came to tell me fellas is actually talking about there should be a height restriction for weight classes because Fundura beat that boy Lubin's ass. I couldn't, man. I said, oh my God, I can't, man. I can't with people.
A lot of tall fighters got beat by shorter fighters. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, man. Yeah, what about when David Hay beat that big 7-foot Russian for a heavyweight strap? I forgot that Russian name. That motherfucker looked like oh my, what's his name, man?
Nikolai something.
Yes, and that dude that fought guys like John Ruiz,
John Ruiz in that fight, to be honest with
and fought Holyfield. Man, they robbed Holyfield versus that
you.
dude.
Yeah.
Holyfield was old as shit. But look, if height restrictions for what? That dude was like 7 feet. And Hay was like 6'2". And he had him wobbling all over the ring.
Shit, you want to be honest? Mike Tyson was. Everybody that fought Mike Tyson was taller than him.
Yeah. What about my favorite tall dude versus short dude fight to watch? Is Marlon Starling versus what's the guy's name, man? Marlon Starling versus the kid from Brooklyn, Mark Breland. Yo, he whooped his ass. He got up under him, dogs, and he just whooped his ass, man. He took his height advantage away. And Marlon Starling was mad short compared to him. It just punished him.
Yeah. You see, Mars, you know what I'm ready to listen to?
Hmm.
Them pro Canelo the pro Canelo channels. I want to see how they call the fight.
Yeah, man. I know some guys who used to be neutral, but they figured, hey, man, maybe if we ride Canoli's Bozak, maybe our algorithm will go up. We'll start get more views. And that shit disgusted me, man. Fellas really threw out their integrity out the window just to ride Canoli's nuts. And these fellas used to be actually neutral about Canoli. and these are Mexican American channels. I can't even. Yo, it is what it is, man. But the man Canoli got his ass handed to him as he deserves. Fellas in the
Yeah,
chat, what y'all saying? Uh, Mike 104 says Bivol range controlled left Canoli with no answers. Canoli looked defeated early in this one. Yes, he did. Neutral Natural says Eddie just holds the pads for Canoli. Neutral Natural says that's one of the biggest fights of the year. Better be Smith versus Bivol for undisputed. Absolutely, you know. I really would hope just for a nice all Russian clash. Hopefully, Better Beef could win that fight, and then take that fight to take it to Russia. Or fuck that, have that fight in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center, and bring all the Russians from Brooklyn, Coney Island, Brighton Beach. Go
yeah,
pack up the motherfucking Barclays Center. Either have it at the Barclays Center or in Russia. Either
yeah.
or,
Have it.
you know. These new promoters ain't shit. They don't know how to promote fighters and build territories. You know what I mean? Especially where a fighter is from. Mike 104 says, I watch hella sports. Man City broke my heart in the Champions League, bottled it up. That one hurt. True indeed. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I haven't been watching much of the Championship League, man, but I'm gonna catch up on it when it gets closer to the finals. Yeah, but Canoli, man, takes his on his resume his second loss. They say he lost a lot of fights in Russia. I said Russia, excuse me, Mexico. Um, like he has a draw, I believe, against the former lightweight champ. It's not Israel Vasquez. What's his name? You know who I'm talking about, man. Miguel. What the fuck is his name? Used to be an IBF champ, and I watched him live and lose his belt to Mickey Bay in a robbery. Well, Canelo's fought that dude like 3 times in Mexico. I never seen the fights. They ain't on YouTube. I heard them say that one of those draws, Canelo really lost. I had Canelo losing to guys like Erislandy Lara. You know,
Yeah,
the fight versus Austin Trout, I had Canelo winning only because of that knockdown where he had Austin Trout doing the splits. If it wasn't for that, I'd had that fight a draw. Or
man, that damn Cotto fight was close
oh
too.
yeah, Cotto fight was close, but I did have Canoli winning that 7-5. I sure
Yeah, but
did.
I was saying it was close to be a guy that was considered washed up.
He
It
was
shouldn't have been
definitely
that
old and
close.
washed up. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yep.
That's why I was never like his boxing skills was never. He ain't never had no real slick boxing skills. That's why I know certain fighters will beat him. That's why. That's why I wanted to fight certain fighters to prove to me that he could beat them
Yeah.
them kind of fighters.
That's not
Because to
what
be
people.
honest with you, ever since he lost to Laurie and Floyd, he ain't never fought them kind of fighters ever again
Nah, he hasn't.
until the.
I didn't like how he fought Kirkland at a catchweight, and Kirkland was out the ring for 2 years. I didn't like that. I didn't like a lot of the stuff he'd been doing, the catchweights, rehydration clauses, fighting Amir Khan, all that bullshit. And I dare somebody come and tell me that was old. No, no, don't do that. I don't like when he fought Matthew Hatton for a WBC 154-pound strap when Matthew Hatton had never, ever, ever in his life fought at 154, and Matthew Hatton wasn't even a top 10 welterweight. How does that happen? You know, I don't like these things. I don't like when Canoli fought that Turkish dude who Chris Eubank Jr. knocked out in like 1 or 2 rounds. Yildirim for a real strap for the WBC 168-pound strap. I don't like how he got Kovalev. Kovalev fought at the last weekend of August. By the first weekend of November, November the 2nd, he was back in the ring. Uh, and he was they had a rehydration clause on Kovalev. Kovalev said it himself out of his mouth. He said, "Man, I knew I lost the fight when I signed the dotted line." But Kovalev didn't care because he got $12 million, the biggest, fattest payday of his career. Canoli don't pay a lot of guys $12 million. Don't get it twisted. I bet you man like Bivol didn't even make $5 million. Yeah, I mean, look at the undercard tonight. Look at this whack ass shitty undercard tonight. Come on, dogs. Montana Love versus, come on, that's the co-main event. So you know, Canoli's getting a fat ass payday. Slim probably cleared 30 million tonight. That's just probably like guaranteed. And then he gonna get pay-per-view money.
The
Huh?
zone need to put their money behind Bivol. He beat the cash cow. They'll put some money behind this, promote this kid.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully he gets a fat payday, but I know he ain't get $12 million like Kovalev. I know that. Um, even the other guy didn't clear $10 million. What's the white guy's name? The last guy, Caleb Plant. You know what I mean? So you know, the boxing gods, man, they came through tonight, man. And Bivol, skills pay the bills. You know what I mean? You know, this guy is a guy who hasn't been
I
getting the fights he
disagree with you
wanted.
right there.
Huh?
I disagree with you right there. I don't think no boxing guys. I think he got his ass beat by the better fighter.
Yeah. But I say the boxing guys also because of the scorecards. You know how they
Oh, yeah.
rob fighters, man, when they fight this guy.
Yeah.
Man, when this fight was
Give him a
over,
rematch, Canelo. Ask for a rematch so you can dust your ass off again.
yeah, when this fight was over, I was asking, you think they gonna rob him? I was wholeheartedly thinking they gonna rob him.
You know what will impress me about Canelo if he asks for a rematch?
Yeah. He probably
'Cause I don't
won't.
like
For
to
what? He
so I
has
can see
a
him get beat up again.
he has a built-in excuse. I came up in weight.
But you came up in weight. You fought at that weight class. You been coming up in weight. Now you knocked the nigga out. You knocked somebody out at 175.
Yeah. He's gonna go back to 168, man, and fight Triple G at 40 years old in a fight nobody is asking for.
Or fight Charlo if he'll fight you.
So what about all the fans? When you talk boxing with them Canoli fans, and they always try to defend Canoli and try to compare him, bring up stuff, compare him with Floyd Mayweather. What you got to say about that?
Nah, Floyd ain't never get beat like this. Surrounded. Yeah, they never get beat like this.
You think Canoli would fight a guy today at his age, 32 years old? You think he'd fight a guy who is 13 years younger than him?
It depends on what kind of, if he flat-footed and can't move, he'll do it.
Yeah, possibly.
It got to be the right opponent, B. Marsh.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what type of dude. He got to have a good record, but if it's somebody with like a limitations, somebody got a good rank high with limitations, he'll fight him.
Mm-hmm.
Because to me, you look at his last opponent, the people he do good against is like brawlers.
Yeah.
Even Daniel Jacobs, I don't know what happened in that fight, but
Danny Jacobs
that
is a flat-footed fighter.
Yeah, but that fight was boring. That fight didn't look good.
Yeah, I had that fight.
I said
Absolutely.
that from day one.
What fella's saying in the chat? Set shots in the chat. What's up, Set shot? He says, "What a day! Craziest Kentucky Derby I've seen." And Bevo wipes away the Canelo myth in front of the world. He did it quite easily too, man. Easy work, easy breezy. Very good. Biggest win. Biggest win in Russian boxing professional history, man. When Kostya Tszyu beat Zab Judah, that was a major win because that was for undisputed at 140. You know, this is the biggest win in Russian boxing professional history. Gotta be. Can you think of any other big fight for the Russians?
Do you think Bivol could come down to 168? Because one time he was thinking about moving down to 168. You remember he was talking about
Yeah,
that?
he can. He's a small light heavyweight. He is. But what you think? You think this the biggest fight in Russian boxing history? In the
Biggest
pros,
win, probably one of the biggest wins.
it definitely is, man. It definitely
Canelo a
is.
superstar, man.
Yeah, Canelo's a superstar. This a guy they say is number one pound for pound. You know what I mean? You know, Costa Zab Judah was for undisputed at 140. But this is
This
bigger,
dude,
man, because
Bivol underrated, bro. I told people Bivol been on the underrated for a long time.
yeah. Now I've been a fan of him, man, since I first seen him on the scene. And when he had a little WBA interim belt and he got upgraded when Andre Ward retired. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I've been watching him. I've not been liking the opponents he's been fighting. Not like I said, because of his choice. People have been avoiding him.
yeah. Cause look what you said. They probably ain't gonna make no money. He one of those damn high risk, low reward.
Yeah, man. Well, a unification is only thing he should be looking forward to unless Canoli want to do a rematch. You
Yeah,
know?
that's the only thing. Unification, cause if he got a choice, a lot of people ain't gonna fight him if they got a choice.
Yeah. And if he got all the straps, if he does so happen to beat the winner of Better Beef Joe Smith Jr., he can call the shots.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. Look at motherfucking Jack Catterall and Josh Taylor. That was a fight I thought Josh Taylor lost. He should have lost all his straps that night. All them four straps in the Ring Magazine lineal strap gone. But nope, they robbed the man. I thought that was about to happen tonight, y'all. I'm gonna keep it tall with y'all, man. 100%.
I
But
knew they. I knew it wasn't no way they could run. The way he got beat, I knew it. They couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. All they could do was make it close on the scorecard because he clearly didn't win no round, Harley.
the Chris Mannix was judging that shit on the zone. He had it 9-3, 117,
Yeah.
111. So this was clearly a
People thought he won the whole fight, and some people said he need a lockout.
yeah. This was a very good, impressive boxing display by the Russian. Russian
Man,
fighters. When we think of Russian
team up.
fighters in professional boxing history, they not slick. They not they more like to tend to resort to brute force too. When you think of like Povetkin or even Kostya Kostya used to like to rough fellas up, throw you on the ground a couple times.
Yeah, this dude is different.
This dude different, man. Even better, Beeve is a power puncher. He's a guy who's flat-footed, but he has his flaws. And I love Better Beef. I don't believe in his chin though. I don't. I can't do it, Mo. I can't do it. I seen a nobody from Washington D.C. I forgot Slim's name. He put him on his
Talking about the
ass
white dude that dropped him.
with
Talking about the white
dreads.
dude that dropped him.
Nah, it was a black dude, a brown skinned dude with dreads.
Yeah, he got dropped by a white dude
He
too.
got dropped by
I heard
Callum
about that.
Johnson. Yeah, I seen that one too. But
He been starting to take too many punishment. By the time they had that unification fight, man, he been in too many wars.
mm-hmm. They had a little Russian back in the day at 112. I wanted him to fight Mark Too Sharp Johnson. Um, what the fuck was his name? And he's the first ever Russian world champion ever. Uh, Yuri Arbakov. Yuri Arbakov. You know, he was also a very good fighter, but he's also one of those type of guys like to rough you up. Try to get on top of you, apply serious pressure. This guy tonight, Bivol, he did it all. Only thing he ain't do really, and he don't need to, smart game plan, he stuck with his jab and he threw a lot of straight punches, you know what I mean? You know, and his arsenal as far as going to the body with the jab. He was going to the jab, making Canoli drop his hands because Canoli was also trying to be evasive. But the body don't go nowhere. The body don't move like the head. And those body shots, best believe they took a toll because Canoli was gassed in the later rounds. He had nothing. He had nothing. He couldn't even hurt the man Bivol, dogs. Y'all seen the man Bivol hurt tonight? No. Bivol wasn't hurt nowhere. I seen
No,
Canelo get clocked with a left hook, stopped him in his tracks in like round 11 or 12. Yeah, I mean, big left hook.
very good.
And Canoli got a chin. Oh, Canoli got a vicious chin. I never seen Canoli on the canvas. Yo. But neither has Bivol. Ha ha. Ha ha. Bivol undefeated too. But Canoli's not. Yeah, Rush, this is a different Russian fighter, man. This ain't Povetkin. This ain't these type of guys. This a different. I wonder who trained this guy. Where he come from, Bivol, with this skill set. He's like a kind of like a not so much. I don't know. I don't know who to compare him to at light heavyweight. When he fought Joe Smith Jr., man, he outboxed that man, but he got clipped. And Joe Smith Jr. is a big puncher, and that's the only thing that could win. That Joe Smith Jr. brings to the table as far as how he can win a fight. He's improved dramatically, but a pure boxer will outbox Joe Smith Jr. 8 days a week and twice on Sunday. You know what I mean? Fellas in the chat, Mike 104 says the zone tried to say Bivol was too big and strong, trying to pass off a built-in excuse for Canoli. At least Sergio Mora said, nah, he getting outsmarted and outskilled. Yeah, and Sergio Mora, the Latin Snake, was right to say that because Bivol wasn't much bigger than Canoli. Nah,
Yeah, for me, Bivol'S ain't a big guy.
nah, he's a small light heavyweight who can
That's why
make
I fought that kid.
168.
He was supposed to come down to 168 to fight Triple G.
Setcha says, showing the world that scorecard how to be painful for Chris Mannix. Absolutely, yeah. Them fellas, yeah, because he was trying to make some excuses. Yep. Setcha said, Bivol had a red arm. Best Canoli could do. Beat him on the BK's Joel Diaz trains him. Absolutely, man. Tim Bradley, old trainer, man. He pulled off the upset of the year, dogs. God give it up to him. A lot of people be faking on Joel Diaz. I don't. I thought Tim Bradley regressed when he left Joel Diaz. He tried to go with a high profile trainer when he went with Teddy Atlas. Nah, Joel Diaz took that man to different weight classes and won many, many, many titles. You know what I mean? I rate Joel Diaz as a coach. I'm not saying he's the best, but he's better than Chepo Reynoso and Eddie Reynoso. I'll tell you that. 2 weekends in a row, Reynoso and them got outskilled by fighters who have better attributes. And the better attributes that Shakur Stevenson and Bivol first and foremost displayed. What set the tone was the jab. That set the table and that set it up for everything. You ain't got a jab in boxing, boy, please. You're gonna be out there like Roy Jones throwing leaping left hooks. When you lose your reflexes, you're gonna be just handcuffed to just another ordinary fighter. You need a jab in boxing. You need a jab. It's like in basketball, you got a coach who's teaching you basketball, and he don't teach you how to use your right and left hand. Man, you short, Slim. You gonna get exposed out there. You know what I mean? You're gonna get exposed. I'm a right-handed player, man, but I love going left. You know why? I love going left because I got two options when I go left. I could use either my right or left hand. You know, I could go right all day and use my right hand. What if they close my right hand down? I gotta use my left hand. I don't really have a left hand package from the right side of the rim, but I do have a left hand and right hand from the left side of the rim. So it is what it is. I know probably fellas who might know me play hoops with me. They listening to they listening to my scouting report. They gonna try to force me right. Do what you do, man. Do what you do. I love the whole court. Inside, outside, mid range. The whole court is my hotspot. Anyways, back to boxing. Um B-ball, man. So pound for pound, what you think?
Yeah,
Where he at? Where he at on the list?
put him in there somewhere.
Boy, top five? Top five.
Mm,
Yeah, I'd put him top five. He beat the guy they say is number one pound for pound. He ain't my number one. Bud Crawford been my number one since he was first number one. He ain't never lost. Yeah, Canoli went to different divisions. He got
Who's number
himself a
five now?
huh?
Who's number five now on the pound for pound list?
I could look it up right quick. Which pound for pound list you look at? I always look at Ring Magazine because that's what I looked at as a kid and as I grew up. And I know they biased and more in my life, more than ever in my life, ever since Canoli and these guys been placed number one. I've disagreed with their ratings. For the most part, growing up, I was never mad at Ring Magazine um, pound for pound rankings. You know what I'm saying?
Look at it right quick.
Okay, without even looking, I think I'm about to look at it, but before the page loads up, I know they got Cannoli number one, probably USEC two, Bud
So what we're
Crawford
gonna do is
or the
put Terrence
Monster
Crawford number
number.
one.
Bud Crawford or the Monster is either three or four, and number five probably Errol Spence. Let me check it.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Larry Spence won the fight. I'm putting the monster. I'm gonna lower the monster, moving number three to number two.
Yeah, I'm kicking Cannoli out the top 10. Period.
Nah, he'll be in the top 10, but he's
Nah,
probably
man,
number
I ain't
nine.
one of those guys, man. When you lose, dogs, you know, it's hard, man. It's hard. I don't know if I've ever had a guy when they lose. It's hard, man. It's hard, and especially how they lose. Okay, so they have Canoli one, Usyk two, Bud Crawford three, Naoya Monster four, Errol Spence five, Juan Francisco Estrada six, Vasil Lomachenko seven. That's bullshit. Number eight, Josh Taylor. Number nine, Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. And number 10, Kazuto Ioka.
Um,
You know why I don't really fuck with Ring Magazine rankings no more? Because De La Hoya, it's obvious. You think they've been had a bias ever since they split up with PBC. And they don't rate PBC fighters, except for Errol Spence.
see what ESPN rankings look like.
Okay, let me check ESPN. You seen Fat Man on the zone today?
Yeah,
What's that fat guy's name? Raphael?
yeah, I see them.
I ain't seen him on TV in years.
Did he step down there at ESPN? Or they
He
fired
ain't
him one
stepped
of them?
down. They let him go.
Yeah,
They
see
let
what
him
doing too
go
much.
because ESPN was cleaning house. They let a lot of people go. Jamel Hill. You remember?
Yeah,
They was cleaning house. Okay, I'm looking at ESPN rankings. One sec. They rankings. Where do I find them? I'm not gonna look at box recs. That's what I'm not gonna do. They shit all fucked up. Okay, where's this pound for pound ranking? Damn, I gotta. Okay, here we go. ESPN has Canelo Alvarez number one, Terrence Crawford number two, Naoya Monster three, Errol Spence four, Tyson Fury five, Alexander Usyk six, Vasil Lomachenko seven, Juan Francisco Estrada eight, Josh Taylor nine, and Javante Tank Davis number 10. This shit is weird too. How you got Tank in the top 10 pound for pound? Are you serious?
yeah, he ain't beat nobody
He
right
ain't beat
here.
nobody, dogs. He beat as what's that guy, the Puerto Rican guy he beat for his first strap? That's still the best name on his resume.
Yeah, whatchamacallit, forgot his name.
Two-weight champion.
Not the sniper.
The sniper. He's a yeah. That's the best name on his resume. And that was 2016. Pedraza, my
Yeah,
man. Big up my man Mike 104. Pedraza. There you go.
yeah, but yeah, I don't like the rankings.
Yeah.
But you can throw Taylor in rankings.
How they got Tyson Fury over Alexander Usyk? Usyk is a multiple weight champion, and Usyk don't just walk around with one strap, and he be having like at least 3 to 4 straps.
I think he deserved it now. He beat Dillian White and Wilder back to back.
So you think Tyson Fury is higher pound for pound ranking than Usyk?
He's the undisputed champion. I mean, he's linear champion.
Yeah, he's linear, but he got to fight. He's beat Wilder and Dillian White and Klitschko.
Yeah.
He gotta beat Usyk. I got Usyk over him any day. I'm not saying Usyk beats him. I'm just talking about pound for pound, what he's even done in his career. You know,
Yeah, they make a case for that too, though. Yeah. Either way, I wouldn't be mad at either way. I want to see them fight, though.
yeah. Usyk is a guy who went through that tournament and became undisputed. Then he came up in heavyweight and he beat the shit out of Joshua. And he's a pound for, he was a high pound for pounder in the cruiserweight. He was like top 2 or 3.
Yep.
So them fellas is number 2 in the world to me. Not tonight. He been my number 2. My number 1 was Bud Crawford. Number 2 was is Usyk. Sorry, skills pay the bills, and them 2 boys right there, they got the skills. They got footwork, jab, switching stances. Dudes are southpaw. These are dangerous dudes, man, and they take their craft seriously.
Yes, sir.
Them fellas take their craft seriously, man. So yeah, man. So yo, I'm probably about to seal the deal on this live stream, man. Big ups to everybody in the chat. Salute to all y'all, man.
No doubt.
Big ups to Set Shot, Mike 104. Big up PNC always. Salute. Neutral Natural. Salute to you, my G. I ain't seen you in a while. Thanks for coming through. Billy, that's everybody. C Joe Mac. Big ups to everybody, man. If I missed you, thanks for coming through. Canoli he ain't even lose a strap. Came up in weight, and he got his ass handed to him, man. Any last words, Chris?
And still undefeated.
And still undefeated, man. When they said and still undefeated, I had to think for a sec. Oh shit, that man ain't never lost.
You gotta listen to me. I told you because I was ahead of you. I told you Bivol'S what the fuck.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So big ups to Bivol'S. Hopefully he gets the winner, Joe Smith Jr. versus Better Beef, and that fight will be for undisputed, man. And we should have that. What are we in May? We should have that fight no later than December. Before this year's over, we should have an undisputed fight.
But Turner fight.
They fight in June, just next month. So they on the same basically time frame, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bud Crawford and what's his name? Errol Spence, they not on the same time frame as far as Errol Spence probably fought about 3 weeks ago. Bud Crawford hasn't fought since like last year, October, right? Now, if they do happen to fight next, Bud Crawford will be out the ring for probably a whole year plus, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of questions that's going to be asked about who Bud Crawford fights next. That's what they should be absolute. The kid Errol Spence said he wants to fight Bud Crawford for undisputed, so that should be next. There should be no roadblocks, no hiccups.
Yeah.
But it's boxing. Boxing's the only sport in the world where we can wait for a motherfucking world finals or the championship or the Super Bowl. We could wait for that jam for like 5-6 years. NBA finals. We watching the playoffs right now. When we get to the finals, we gonna have the best from the East versus the best from the West every year at Super Bowl. Best from the NFC versus AFC.
Did you hear bitter ass Bob?
Bob Arum, what he talking about? Who he mad about?
He said now Errol Spence gonna beat Bud Crawford.
Oh yeah, man. What the fuck? This guy is a piece of shit. This guy ain't shit, dogs. What a loser. Why are you even involved? Go sit your ass on the side and try to promote Michaela Meyer.
You the one that you the reason why we did get that fight in the first
Exactly.
place.
And you said it. Oh no, he said Pacquiao, but I killed the fight. But
Yeah.
uh, what's his name? Bob Arum. Bob Arum. I seen Bob Arum in my life at a fight, and you know how they, at the fights, they gonna say the promoter's name. When they said, and this was in D.C. Armory, when they said Bob Arum's name, man, the crowd booed him. Boo! That was funny to me. They booed the old man. Yeah, man. So yo, B Marsh, man, big ups to Chris Cabass. Salute to all y'all. I'm about to sign off, man. I'm gone.
Please.
Peace.